Joe, the last 4 times you've finished a season healthy, you won a Fiesta Bowl, won a national championship, went to the Super Bowl, and went to the AFC Championship game. Is it your expectation that if you are healthy, the Bengals will be one of the last few teams playing this year?
It's the expectation every year, where we work really hard to reach our goals year to year. And, the number one goal we have this year is just to win the division. And right now we're focused on getting better every day. And that's what we're doing.
Talking to some of your coaches and teammates, you're always laser focused. But they said this year, this camp, man, he's even taken it to another level. How do you do that? How do you zero in? How do you zone in like you do?
I just feel like I have a better understanding of what we're trying to accomplish play to play this year. I feel like I have a lot to prove this year. We have a lot to prove this year. We didn't quite have the season. I didn't have the season I wanted last year. So I'm excited to get back out there with the guys and show what we got on Sundays.
At your first news conference of training camp, you said, my throws are going where I want them to go, but sometimes they don't spin quite the way I want them to. Is that getting better, and was it a concern?
Yeah, today was the best that I threw the ball, I felt like. It's getting better every day. I'm figuring things out as we go. I wasn't able to throw quite as much as I wanted to this offseason just because of the injury. So, we're getting better every day, so I'm really happy with where I'm at.
You hear a lot of fans, pundits, this is what Joe Burrow does best. This is what Joe Burrow does best. Now, what does Joe Burrow think Joe Burrow does best? I mean, what is it about your game that you think kind of separates you from everybody?
I think I'm really consistent. Play to play, game to game. I feel like I think that's what separates the great ones from the good ones is consistent ability to play at a high level week to week. I think I do that. Going into this year, I'm looking to continue that and take my game to the next level and do that consistently, drive to drive, not just game to game. So I'm excited to show what I got this year. I know we are too.
You've missed a big chunk of training camp each of the last 2 years. Give us something specific, maybe even minute, that you gained from being out there in August.
Man, it's just those reps are so valuable. That's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of reps that you miss out on before the game if you're not out there for camp. And, little communication between receivers and quarterbacks, between offensive line and quarterbacks, situations that come up that if you don't do training camp, they're not going to come up until the middle of a game, and then you learn from it then. You don't learn from it in training camp. You get so much better day to day when you're out there practicing the way that we do, and those reps are just so valuable to me.
Your accuracy is uncanny, really. I mean, it's as good as I've ever seen. Is it God-given? Is it something you really worked on to improve? Is it both? What is it about that accuracy?
I think it's both. I've always been pretty accurate going back to middle school, but that's something that you hone and refine throughout your career. It's something I've worked really hard on, and I think it shows, and I think I'm going to be even more accurate this year.
You have a new offensive coordinator in Dan Pitcher. It seems to me that you two guys are a lot alike. Yeah. Laser focused, really intense. Am I right about that, or is that off the mark?
No, I think you're right. The relationship that we've built, him being the quarterback coach the last 4 years, has, I think, really put him in a unique position and me in a unique position that, not a lot of offensive coordinators have been able to slowly build that kind of relationship and trust with their offensive coordinator, and we have that. And so he knows exactly what I like to do. He knows what we needed to do better the last couple years, and he's really been an A+ so far.
Relationships, that's a powerful word, and you've got one with Jamar Chase that is unbelievably unique. I mean, players that I played in the Super Bowl with or went to an AFC championship game with, you just have a bond that's impossible to break. I mean, it's for the rest of your life. You and Jamar won a national championship in the NCAA, win an AFC championship, go to the Super Bowl in the NFL. I mean, not just on the football field, but off the football field. You guys are, fast friends. Is that what it's all about? Relationships like that, football?
That's why we play, right? That's why you come to work. That's why you enjoy coming to work. You build relationships that last forever. You build friends that you're going to be friends with for the rest of your life, and people you stay in contact with. That's, at the end of the day, that's why I do what I do. That's why I've always worked so hard, because it's fun going to work every day with your friends.
We can all see Jamar's immense physical talent. Tell us something about him that the average fan wouldn't recognize, or that maybe he doesn't get enough credit for.
I think he's really smart. If you talk about something, you tell him something one time, maybe he doesn't do something exactly the way he's supposed to. The next time he's going to do it right. And that's something that's really rare. Not a lot of guys can take what we install and what we talk about in meeting rooms and put it on the field immediately, and that he's one of those guys.
You changed a few things in preparation for this season. Your hair, you're buff, man. You're strong. I mean, a lot of things. Your diet, the way you work out. What was the impetus for a departure from some of your previous protocols?
Just growing and learning year to year, trying to find ways that you can get better. I think you're always trying to grow and adapt as a player and as a person, and you're always trying to find better and new ways to do things. You could stay in your ways and continue to get better at that rate, or you can try to find new ways to improve your body, improve your mind year to year, and we'll see if it ends up showing itself on some days. I think it will, but we'll find out.
Lap brought up your hair. I'll bring up your European adventure. Had you ever been to Europe before?
No.
And what was your favorite part of that experience?
I had not, but it was just nice being out there with my friends. I was out there with a couple high school friends. Jamar was out there with me. Jay Jets was out there with me. So it was fun to experience that with close friends.
You did not bring your trainer, though, right?
No, that was a week off. That was something I needed.
So back to your hair for a second. There's probably 1 million kids, maybe not 1 million, but close, in the Cincinnati area, tri-state area, that have that exact haircut right now. Have you worked any kind of deal out with barbers? I mean, they're cutting their color and their tails off, man. There's a little kickback for you there somewhere.
Yeah, no, I have not. We'll see what it looks like in a couple weeks. I'm just going to keep letting it grow and see what it looks like. So, I don't know. I think it looks pretty good right now.
It does. It really does, man.
I do not critique anybody's hair. Let's talk about the backless jacket at the Paris Fashion Show. I could imagine that some people would say, all right, I'll wear just about anything, but I'm not going to wear that.
Yeah.
But you always seem comfortable in your own skin. Is it just a matter of not really caring what other people think?
It's just not that serious. Life isn't that serious. You wear something crazy, you dye your hair. Like, there's no reason to take yourself too seriously, take life too seriously. Just do fun things that make you happy.
How different a quarterback are you in this training camp than you were in the training camp your rookie year?
Man, I mean, that feels so long ago now. That was COVID, taking my first reps, trying to learn the offense, trying to figure out what the NFL is all about. And I feel like I'm able to grow and learn from each rep even more so now than I was then, because you're kind of swimming so much as a rookie. I feel like I went out and played pretty well that year. I feel like my body was in a good spot that year. Obviously ended up getting hurt, but this light year is different.
We asked you about Jamar. Let's discuss T Higgins. He elected to sign his franchise tag in June in order to be here for the first day of training camp, and some guys in that position don't do that. Did that surprise you at all? And what did it mean to his teammates that he was here ready to go on day one?
Yeah, I don't know if it surprised me too much. I wouldn't have been surprised either way, but having T out there, he's just a high energy guy that you love being around. He's a good friend as well. And, the energy and intensity that he brings day to day at practice and in here, and the joy that he brings everybody is so valuable to our team and to our organization. It's great to have him. And when he's out there, it makes us so much better as an offense.
Watching you throw the football, watching it come out of your hand and going exactly where you want it to go, and then also watching you climb the pocket like you do, but get out of pocket. I mean, not only are you bigger and stronger, I mean, you look to me to be maybe a step quicker. I mean, I think it's affected you in so many ways physically, what you've done to you.
Yeah, I definitely feel fast and explosive on my feet, which is something I was worried about gaining weight. But we were really, with my training, Dak is my trainer, Noticine, no to Stein, sorry. And he's done a great job with me and building a plan for what I really want out of my body. And the first half of the off season was all about, building strength and building my body. And then the last 3 weeks before training camp, it was all about movement. And it's really paid off, I think.
We often hear the word trust when it comes to quarterback wide receiver relationships. How does a wide receiver earn your trust?
Making plays, doing the right stuff, seeing the checks. You build it by making contested catches, being intense in the meetings, and then when we talk through something, you go out and you execute it on the field. Like I said earlier, it's a rare guy that can really take coaching and what we talk about in the meetings and apply it on the field immediately. And we have a lot of those guys in the locker room. Trust is a process, and there's guys out there that are really earning that right now.
A lot of young guys going from year one to year two. We all know year one to year two is like an epiphany. It's like, man, I really didn't know what I didn't know. Now I'm starting to see what I didn't know. Andre Yosivas, Charlie Jones, Chase Brown, they really work like you. I mean, they put on significant strength, and it looks like they're faster. And the other thing that I know, route running, they seem to really have stepped up their route running, including Chase Brown matchups out of the backfield. I mean, they're so versatile. You can move them around and get mismatches without allowing the defense to substitute. I mean, how excited are you about all that?
Yeah, those guys are all three really having great camps. I thought Charlie's best day was today. He really made some plays for us today. Chase has had excellent days every single day, and Andre is really balling out there right now. And so when you have young guys that are willing to learn, want to work really hard to get better, and then you see them go out and grow in an off season and come back much better players than they were last year, that's exciting and fun to be a part of.
You open the season against the Patriots, then it's the Chiefs in week 2. Burrow, Mahomes, round 5. It's become a great rivalry between the two teams. The Bengals are 3-1 in the games that you've played in. What about the rivalry between you two?
I mean, we're two really good quarterbacks, really good teams. We've played each other in big spots, and that's what really makes great rivalries, is playing deep into the playoffs. We did that 2 years in a row. We've had exciting games in the regular season. We always know what kind of game it's going to be when we play them. They're the team to knock off right now. They've obviously won, back-to-back Super Bowls. So I think, we're in a good spot this year. We're going to focus on getting better every day right now, and then when the time comes to get ready for them, we will.
One of the Achilles heels, as such, has been a slow start and put yourself in a little bit of hole that you have to climb out of, and in the division as well with early games in the season. How big of an emphasis is that to avoid that pitfall? And you're talking the other day about, probably playing the preseason, and I expect to get hit, and if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. But those preseason snaps, how big could they be in that process of getting off to a fast start in the beginning of the season?
I think we're going about it the right way. I think, we'll find out if it ends up working by how we start in the season. But I think these reps that we're getting in camp and then getting those reps in the preseason, however few or many they may be, will be really valuable for us heading into week 1. And so like I said, we're focused on getting better every day right now. And I think those reps in the preseason are going to play a big part of that.
Final question from me. The Olympics are going on right now. 4 years from now in Los Angeles, flag football is coming to the Olympics. You've said you want to play. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'd love to play. I'd love to go and win a gold medal for the country. I don't really know how, I've talked to some people in the league. I'm not entirely sure how it would work yet with the Olympics going on during camp. But I think the league would want us to be out there and try to grow the game a little bit internationally. I think that would be great for the game. That's something that I really want to do.
So I guess along the Olympic lines, what is your favorite thing to watch in the Olympics?
Ping pong.
Really?
Yeah. Water polo, handball. Those are the 3 that I like watching right now.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like it. So you big time on a ping pong table?
I used to be pretty good. Yeah, I haven't played in a while with the wrist, but I used to be not bad.
Have to go lefty.
I don't know about that.
Joe, we appreciate your time. Best of luck this season. Have a healthy camp, healthy season, and best of luck to the team.
Thanks, guys.